standalone tool. Deploy real-time intelligence to close the gap between streaming and analytics. Move location intelligence inside your data platform with native Esri and ArcGIS workloads. Lock down agent governance using service principles and purview audit before deploying AI. And adopt the 2026 architecture defaults, Direct Lake Medallion, and domain workspaces to ensure AI readiness. And that is part of our session 1 takeaways. So we've got Fabric is an ecosystem platform, not a standalone tool. Every integration compounds your investment. Real-time intelligence is production ready and underused. It closes the gap between streaming data and governed analytics. Esri and ArcGIS are native Fabric workloads, so location intelligence belongs inside your data platform, not outside of it. Architecture decisions made today determine AI readiness in 2027. Direct Lake, Medallion architecture, and workspace governance are not optional. And the partner ecosystems means you don't have to build what others have already solved. Now, these are things that should be in our chat and are going to come in and make sure they're there. But you can get certified. We'll talk more in one of our later sessions about the various certifications you can get. But the DP600, DP700, DP800 are all free for you during Fabric Data Days. You just need to request your voucher. So use the link that's provided if you want. You're welcome to mention us in our user group. We would love that. And you can also, obviously, mentioning Global Fabric Day is part of that. And that voucher will be sent to you in 1 to 2 weeks from the Fabric community. And so you can also get a 50% discount on PL300 or DP900 before September 30th. And so there's filling out that form. And again, I will make sure all of this stuff is also included in your follow-up materials through Luma. And be part of Data Days. Again, as I mentioned before, we're part of hundreds of these live and on-demand sessions, and many of them are community-led. And there's study groups to support you in preparing for these certifications, and just ways. This is basically kind of almost I feel like it's one of those open houses where I feel like they have those like art walks where you can like walk into different studios and see what different people are building and creating. You can do that with different user groups. You can see kind of what the different user groups are about and find the ones that are interesting to you. Many of the user groups are location-based, but other ones like ourselves are topic and theme-based. So this is a great opportunity to learn and meet sort of the different user groups and the different leaders within the community, and just find your tribe. And we're so happy that you're here and you're part of our tribe. Is kind of really fantastic, and we really appreciate all of you being here for this. So I think this is a really good opportunity to take questions or just kind of see where you guys are at. And then the other thing that I can do is we've been given a video to share, and I think I might want to go ahead and just kind of start the video in this session, and then we can go ahead and finish it in another, because it's actually about 30 minutes, and we have about 15 minutes.
Everybody, I'm super
excited. So it's just, okay. So quick question. Do we have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and yield the stage to our to Kim Manis and present and share the video that she invited us to share with you. Okay, not seeing any questions. I'm going to go ahead and get that started.
To be here today with you at the Global Fabric. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to be here today with you at the Global Fabric Day 2026. My name is Kim Manis, and I'm Corporate Vice President of Product for the Microsoft Fabric platform. Many of you have been with us since the beginning of Fabric. Over 2 years ago, we built Microsoft Fabric, and we brought together all of these different products from across databases, data integration, analytics, real-time intelligence, BI with Power BI, bringing all these disparate tools together into one unified platform, making it easier for you to simplify, unify your data estates, and get to the business of getting insights and leveraging your data with AI. And the momentum shows in the numbers. We've got over 35,000 Fabric customers, with 90% of the Fortune 500 using Fabric. If you want to check out some of our amazing customer stories and examples of customers using Fabric, you can check out AKA Fabric featured customer. What's the future for Fabric? What's the world going to look like for all of us data folk as AI continues to evolve? And this is a number quoted from some of these analysts that are saying over 1 billion agents are going to enter the workforce by 2028. And they're going to sit side by side with us, working with us. And the question is, how do you make your agents as trusted and productive as your best employees? And the answer is really, you empower those agents with the same knowledge and context that you would your employees. So think about when you hire a new employee on the team, what do they need to know? What do you need to tell them? They join the team and you tell them who their boss is and what team they're on, what their org chart looks like. Here's the meetings you need to attend. Here's how decisions get made. You give them the curated knowledge of your organization. Here's canonical documents about how we work. Here's the employee handbook. Here's the instruction manual for the machinery you're going to use. And then you also tell them your OKRs, your goals for the business, the key metrics you're tracking. You give them access to the dashboards they need, the numbers they need, so that they can understand, are we going in the right direction? And all of those same concepts need to be given to agents. And that's really where Microsoft IQ comes in. Microsoft IQ is the layer of context across all of these areas, whether it's how your employees work, leveraging Work IQ in Microsoft 365, Foundry IQ, those curated knowledge bases end to end, and of course Fabric IQ, which shows you the state of your business and what the data says. So these all come together to empower not just our employees, but our agents. And it takes, a regular old LLM that knows a lot about the internet to knowing a lot about your business and how you work. So today we're going to spend a lot of time on our newest workload, which is that IQ workload in Microsoft Fabric. And I'm going to go end to end and show you how to implement IQ, what are the layers that you need to do to unlock AI on top of your data estate. So let's take a look. Okay, now we're going to go through the Fabric IQ framework from bottom to top and show you how you can adopt Fabric IQ end to end and empower those AI agents. It all starts with unifying the data estate. And this is where OneLake comes in. We like to call OneLake data because we aim to make it easy to share data as it is to share. You can also get data that lives elsewhere and virtually connected to OneDrive through shortcuts and mirroring. So whether your data lives in Azure or in AWS or in Google's cloud or on-premise or in a SaaS service somewhere, you can connect all the data and bring it together either physically or virtually. What this allows is for OneLake to truly unify the world's data and make it accessible for AI. And we're continuing to evolve this, and you'll see at Build we announced a number of new shortcut and mirroring options, including GA for SAP DataSphere, SharePoint and OneDrive, and Oracle DB. Okay, so that's step one. You unify the data. The next step is you need to process and harmonize the data and structure it in a way that makes sense. And this is where Fabric's engines really make it possible. This is where data warehousing comes in, data engineering, real-time processing. So let's dig into some of our announcements from Build around analytics. One that I'm super excited about is GPU-powered query acceleration. This is a major performance improvement, not a minor optimization. Tons of customers are using Fabric Data Warehouse. One great example is UNC Health. They saw up to 5x performance improvements. And so how does this work? How does GPU query acceleration work? Basically, you flip a switch and you see improvements. Now, the cool thing is, for a single user, immediately you start to see eight times faster improvements on your queries. But the amazing thing here is as you get more users, as you increase the load and the concurrency, you see more and more improvements, up to 107 times faster. This is amazing because instead of degrading as your load increases, the performance is accurate. So let's take a look at a demo to see how simple it is to take advantage of GPU query acceleration.
I'm a developer building an application on top of Fabric Data Warehouse, and I want to make sure my users get insights instantly, whether they're viewing dashboards or asking questions of an analytics agent. Here we are in Fabric DW. I'm going to go ahead and run a couple of ad hoc queries. At the bottom, I can quickly tell that there's a brand new option called Query Acceleration. It tells me that it's off, but I can navigate to Workspace Settings and under Data Warehousing, find the Query Acceleration option and turn it on. And once it's on, it's applied to every SQL endpoint and every data warehouse in this workspace. Using it is simple. I just hit run and I can see that my query is being accelerated. Monitoring gives me visibility into what was accelerated and what was not. From this brand new column, I can quickly tell that several queries have already been accelerated. Frequently run queries gives me even more visibility with a count of total accelerated runs for a particular query. And when I return to the query editor and click on Query Acceleration, I'm given a bird's eye view of the value this capability is adding for my particular data warehouse. Roughly 89% of the queries were accelerated, which is huge. We're super excited to get this GPU-powered data warehouse into your hands and accelerate insights faster than ever before.
Another really cool thing we showed at Build is agent skills for Fabric. These are first-party skills we publish for you to be able to pivot completely to agent-driven development in Fabric. This removes all the need for manual clicky-clicky, draggy-droppy to just asking the agent for what you want. So let's just take a look at how you can build an entire end-to-end ingestion layer with just a prompt.
These days, organizations are moving from manual data preparation to an agent-driven approach. So we're going to use Fabric's brand new agent skills repo to essentially provision an entire customer data pipeline from start to finish. Agent skills accommodate a range of Fabric capabilities. I have skills for several workloads, from real-time intelligence to data warehouse to data engineering. And using them, I can set up an entire medallion architecture from scratch. Let's take a look. I'm starting in the CLI with GitHub Copilot and one simple mission: build me out an ingestion engine, clean my ticket data, and prep me a silver layer. With just one prompt, look at us go. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see my Fabric workspace, which is being populated with a Lakehouse artifact based on that prompt. After that, we'll see a notebook being provisioned as well, with all of the configuration and best practices applied for data engineering thanks to Fabric agent skills. The skills are facilitating this for me based on my prompt, and when Copilot is finished, I can get a summary on the left-hand side of the screen of everything that's been done for me, with all the best practices applied. From there, I can move into Fabric to see my solution in action. In my Lakehouse, we can see the silver table that was created for me via CLI. I have all my ticket data ingested in Fabric, and it's been categorized thanks to an agent-driven approach. We can go on to the latest and greatest in Fabric Analytics for further analysis. We're using the most up-to-date runtime, which includes Spark 4.0 and Delta 4.0. And we can run or schedule our notebooks with support for custom live pools. This capability takes the long pool startup times that many customers used to experience when loading in libraries and network security settings from 3 to 5 minutes down to anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds. I'm creating a schedule for these pools here. Basically, I'm saying at a certain time every morning, I want my custom live pool to be pre-warmed with all my configurations so we don't have to wait for those long startup times when I attach compute to my notebooks. Then, I can go ahead and publish the bronze to silver cleaning notebook that was did for me via CLI. Hooking up to my boot, and when I start up check, we're going to be live in just 5 seconds. Moving to my SQL Analytics endpoint, I can analyze ticket data further using AI functions. Whether you're in a notebook or a data warehouse, working with PySpark or T-SQL, as I am here, these functions bring LLMs into Fabric with no configuration. Drilling into my ticket data, I can use AI functions to categorize it, assign sentiment labels to tickets, or classify those tickets according to custom categories. For instance, whether they're billing related, product related, or something else entirely. Fabric Data Warehouse also integrates with Activator for real-time alerting. I can create a query that will be used to trigger actions anytime data that's associated with a product quality issue, about strange noises, for instance, lands in my platform. In these cases, what I want is a trigger to fire so that one of my colleagues can be notified through Teams that there's a new ticket with negative customer sentiment. Using the interface here, I can configure the column I'd like to read and then create it. With agent skills for Fabric Analytics, we've gone from prompt engineering to operational intelligence to real-time alerting in minutes.
All right.
I come back off mute. Okay, we'll end it there. And then we'll continue this because there's quite a bit of ground that they're going to cover with us today. And I have other speakers going to be joining us on stage as well. And excited to just kind of continue our Global Fabric Day and just continue the information we have to share with you, the information Kim and her team has to share with you. So we will go ahead and meet you guys in the next session. Hopefully the chat is all going well. And yeah, I think we're good. Great to see everybody. And like I said, links either dropped in the chat or in the resources that will be shared on Luma after the event as well. So there'll be a lot for you to do deeper dives into everything. So again, thank you for being here for session 1, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next session for session 2. Thanks, everybody. See you there.